Black in America to me, Elijah Satine. To me, Black in America means being a king and a queen. A lot of people really don't realize being black or just black people in general, how much power we really have, how much influence we really have on this country, and how bad this country would be without us. A lot of people think that we're like the bottom of the totem pole, but that is the total opposite. It's not the case at all. Like, a lot of people want to go back and say, well, slavery contributed to 400 some odd years of captivity, and mental captivity is what that is going on today, but really that's all about intuition nowadays. Like, you got to use your own intuition and be smart. It's so much that we can accomplish out here if we just unify together as black people, as one, and that's the problem today with us, that we're not unified.
What does it mean to be black in America? Well, if we review the images of the media, music, television shows, and the movie industry, we'll see a lot of negative depictions of what it means to be black in America. What we really need to do is we need to hold ourselves to a higher standard. We need to redefine what it means to be a black man or a black woman in America. And we need to rebuild the family structure.
My thing about being black in America is like, well, I'm just different from everybody else because I don't consider myself African American. I consider myself a black American. My heritage is African American, so I'm proud to be a black man. It's a struggle like me. I come from being homeless to just getting on my feet now. So it's a struggle for us black folks. And you can't blame, you don't blame nobody. You put the effort in yourself to do better. You know what I mean? You got to make yourself better. You can't blame nobody. So you just got to just keep pushing. That's all I can say about it.
I think it means to be conditioned. Even the idea of being black in America has been conditioned. We haven't even coined the notion that we are Africans living in America. We have, I guess, entertained or absorbed and cope with the idea of being black. You know, we're not, African enough to be considered African, and we're not Americanized enough to be considered American, so we call ourselves black. Conforming ourselves to one way of life, to a westernized, way of life. If you haven't inhabited in a African culture or rooted in some of your heritage, you've been subjected to American society. That's it.
Okay, so being black in America means that you have negative stereotypes enforced upon you, not only from people who aren't black, but also by people who are black. Basically, you have to fit in a certain, character. You have to fit in a certain person. You have to act black, and there's a set tone and definition. You have to dress a certain way. You have to talk a certain way. You have to listen to a certain type of music. You're not really allowed to just be yourself. You'll have to act a certain way. Any comments?
No, I mean, I think in my opinion, being black in America, you really don't know yourself because history, as we want to lighten our skin to be lighter compared to the whiter people that we have been, what is the word? Been
enslaved by?
Yeah, enslaved by. And, yeah, really. But also it means that we're not really in touch with ourselves, but we can't really in touch with our past either because we don't know that we were disconnected from it. But as time goes on, we can be proudful that we overcame stuff like the civil rights movement, and now that we have a black president, it also means proudful, but we still have that pain that is running through us. Right.
Well, what it means to be black in America, to me, I think we have to start from your history, knowing where we came from. I feel like as though to understand where we are now in America, we have to understand where we came from. So from us being enslaved and coming back coming from Africa to the United States, I think we left and dropped off some culture that we left in Africa to now. And I feel like to be black in America is just, I guess, to be caught in this systematic thinking, because we weren't originally from here, so that means some of our thinking might be perverted, I guess. So to be made black, to be black in America is just, I guess, to work in this system. But yeah, that's it.
Being black in America is just like being in America with a different underlying experience. Because even though blacks have been in America for as long as America has been pretty much in existence, we've always had a different role in American society, and that role has always changed. And I'm a history major, so I look at it from the perspective of what I've learned about the history of America and how this country has developed. But if I were to say modern day being black in America, I'd say being black in America today is like what Paul Mooney said. Everybody wants to be black, but nobody really wants to be black. The way I look at it, we make things move in this country. We're very much trendsetters. We're very much the workers who make the money circulate. We're consumers in this country, but we don't own anything in this country. We don't have anything, you know. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, or good and bad thing, you know what I'm saying? But either way, we're Americans, and we all have fortunately, in this day and age, we all have the legal opportunity to do whatever we want to do in America. It's just that by the time maybe I reach that certain level of success that I'm shooting for, there won't be any other brown or black people around me. That's the only unfortunate thing about it. So that's how I look at being black in America. You can go very far, but it's always bittersweet because you might be alone by the time you get there.
What does it mean to be black in America? It means you have to work damn hard. Sometimes twice as hard, 3 times as hard. You have to overcome adversities, challenge the status quo in a respectful manner. Can't lose your temper. That you can stand here as a black man in America successful, mean something, stand behind the words that you speak, and not fumble and be a fool in front of the public eye.
Being black in America for me is continuing the strong legacy of a strong people. If we look back at our history, you can tell that we had some of the smartest, most hardworking people in the nation and in the world. But over time, a negative stereotype has been tied with our people, such as laziness. But if you look back at history, like I stated before, you'll see that we had some of the smartest, most hardworking people in the nation. One would be Martin Luther King Jr., or it could be Nat Turner, or if you want to be still, it could be Langston Hughes or Will Cal Basin. We as the black people today have to change our negative stereotype and bring it back to the prominence that our people once notably had.
What it means to be black in America, it means we got to go hard. It means mediocrity is no longer an option. It means we have to do the best that we can. Why? Because we all represent something that's bigger than us. We represent a culture that's greater than us. It's big, and so we got to do more than just think about us. And when you think about more than just yourself, you realize that mediocrity isn't even an answer. You got to do what's necessary to survive, one, but to thrive in your life as well. So mediocrity isn't an answer or even an option anymore in being black in America.
I also feel like to be black in America is not really our interpretation of what black is. It's what people's opinion of what black is.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who are quick to say, you don't act black.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what is acting black?
Acting hood, ignorant, and dressing like you weren't raised by privilege.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, not all black people act like that. Our president is proof of that.
I feel like we suffer because we don't have our original culture. We can't all just go. Most of us can't be like, oh yeah, you know, my roots are in Nigeria, because we don't really know where the heck we are from.
Yeah, because we were
stolen. You know,
like we dropped off some of our stuff from Africa.
So it's like
they didn't take records of us either.
Yeah. It's almost as if the black community is struggling to find a cultural identity. And right now, because we don't have one, other people are allowed to basically identify us as one way. And some of us are quick to just latch onto anything that separates us from non-black communities. And it's just like, latch onto something positive. We don't have to associate ourselves with negative. We don't have to, you know, if there's a bunch of movies with us looking ignorant, making us look bad, we don't need to support those movies. We don't need to be watching them. You know, on the other hand, it's okay to support reality, but you don't need to endorse a stereotype.
Yeah, that's what mostly people think that being black in America is, the stereotype.
Okay. To me, what it means to be black in America, to put it shortly, is to know one's history. Know where you came from, and to create your own. Be your own trailblazer. To go up against insurmountable odds, struggle, and be on top. The ability to define phenomena and make it act in a desirable manner.
Being black in America, you know, it's a part of being, we're a part of a great heritage. You know, we came from Africa, we invented the sciences, we invented the mathematics, you know, we invented the history, and I feel like being black in America, it's time for us to excel, it's time for us to do the things that we need to do to become great and to reach our pedestal and go to the top. So being black in America is being a part of a great heritage. It's about embracing our heritage and becoming great.